People, welcome back to Politics Watch. This is Sir P. Now, today I have some excellent news. It's not often we get a chance to report good news, but even out of a bad situation, we can get some joy. And if you remember the story I did on the little girl who got shot in the head on Waltham Park as she was coming from school, right? We have some more information as to what happened. But the really good news is she's actually woken up from her coma and she's now communicating with her parents. So this is amazing news. And the extra information we have is that she was actually shot twice in the head. Not once, but twice. This little girl is a warrior. I think she's destined for great things, because the fact that she's still here with us means she must go on to a greater purpose, because the odds of surviving not one but 2 rounds to the head, right? The first bullet entered just below her left ears, right? And the second one above her right eye. Right. People, 99.9% of cases, somebody get rounds in those locations is funeral business. You start to pick out coffin and you start to pick out burial spot. And this little 11-year-old has somehow, well, not somehow, she's blessed. We know why she's still here, right? But the information I want you guys to really focus on is how we ended up in this situation, right? It turns out there was a couple, there's a quarrel, right, on Waltham, right? And again, bear in mind, right, the area is under a state of emergency. So put that into context with what I'm about to tell you, right? So 2 men were having a dispute, right? And one of the man them reach for a gun, right, and start to shoot off for the other man, right? The gun jam, right? So the man a run away and he might try to shoot the man and the gun is jamming, but he's still pulling the trigger. Eventually, the gun goes off, right? And obviously he's firing a bag of wild shot. The man reach way down the road by this point, right? And he's still firing off wild shot, as 87s do, right? And this is how this little girl pick up not 1 but 2 rounds to her head, right? Now the police have actually caught one of the men, right? It seems to me like there were 2 87s, but the police caught one of the men. I don't know if it was the one who run off or the one who was firing the gun, right? But as the little girl was laying on the ground, the people them around her were saying she dead already. This is one of the most common things you see in Jamaica, especially in the garrison. As soon as something happened to somebody, everybody transform into a doctor. Everybody has a degree in medicine. And them can take one look upon you and go, yeah man, him dead already, leave him. Right? To the point where this is the girl's mother got a call saying, your daughter dead. She up on Waltham, lay down on the road right now. Right? The mother said when she get the call, she's like, you sure? They's like, yeah, she did. Because me I look on her right now, lay down on the road. Nobody no check no pulse, nobody no know what go on. Nobody has any experience in any medical field. But they've already christened the child as dead. So this poor mother get the news, so her daughter dead. Right? Turn fool in her house, and now she try to get herself ready to go look on her dead pitney. But behind every cloud is a silver lining, because they just so happen to be a passerby who jump out of his vehicle and say, no man, I only know she dead. Right? Check the little girl, right? I don't know if when he checked her, he realized she was still alive, or him just decided, I don't care if she's still alive, if she's alive or not, me rush her to hospital. Right? And this person, I think it was a taxi man, take her to the hospital, Right? And when they reach at the hospital, after the taxi man, you know them drive already. I guess this is one scenario where a taxi man driving it was actually advantageous, right? Because he got her to the hospital in record time, right? And the doctors said she wasn't dead. So now the mother and the father, who are coming to look at their dead child, now get another set of news, say, hey, the child is still alive, right? So you can imagine the great swing of emotions, right? But after they got to the hospital, it seems that if you know the doctors sometimes have to put you in a coma, right? To help your recovery, especially if you're going through certain surgeries. So she was in a coma, right? And the parents down there go look for her. And in the process of looking for her, the father, right, he called her by the nickname that he has for her, which is Bree Bree, right? And when him call her Bree Bree, right, him said she start kick up her foot and her hands and she opened her eyes, right? And obviously it was a joyous occasion, right? So I just want you to take notice of how many lives in Jamaica can be spared if people would just be proactive, right? Because let me tell you something, you see this dead already mindset is laziness. It's because they don't want help. And I don't care who want vex. When you hear people bawl out him dead already, something happened to somebody and people bawl out him dead already and ready for walk on the road and mind them own business, it's because they don't want to help. So it's easier if you just say, well, him gone already, so there's nothing we can do, right? Because unless the person is like totally decapitated and gone all on over this and foot over this, so there's no way you can just look at somebody, right? Especially from a distance and go, yeah, him dead already. There's a reason why doctors have to pronounce you dead, right? There's a reason why no matter what condition somebody is, when you carry them in a public, a doctor must come out and pronounce the person dead. You can't tell nobody say him dead already. You know how many people would still be alive? People have accidents, right? And people just jump out, look on the person, not moving, and say, yeah, well, him dead, leave him. A lot of people pass away like that. I know people who pass away like that. Only for you say, after them lie down on the ground for 3-4 hours, when them get to the hospital, the doctor say, you know, say if this person had reached an hour or 2 hours before, we could have saved them. Right? When all this time the person lie down on the ground and nobody help them because all these pseudo doctors and pseudo medicine people, everybody transforming into Dr. Queen, medicine woman. Oh well, I can stay halfway down the road and look and know say somebody did already. People, we have to do better. This is life we are talking about. And you would think, because it's a child, people would at least make more of an effort. Yeah. And I know people might say, oh yeah, come down hard on the residents. I told you my views on residents. Yeah. It takes a special level of what Jamaican people call donkia, right? To see a child lay down on the road and not take no step to get that child to the hospital. I don't care what you think the condition of the child is, whether them dead or not, get the child to the hospital. Lucky thing, right? This taxi man, this mad taxi man was around and reached, right? The hospital just in time for the little girl to still be with us to this day, right? So, little Bree Bree, it's safe to assume you have a great future ahead of you, because if you can survive something like this, that's the only thing we can think of. There must be huge things lying in wait for this child to survive around 2 rounds to the head, 1 below the left ear and 1 below the eye. A stone, if you can use a stone and lick somebody in the head in those 2 locations and take them life, much less 2 rounds, right? But when you're blessed, you're just blessed, right? So as I said, we have to just give thanks, right, and enjoy the few occasions when we get good news out of a bad situation. Right? Patreon squad, big up on yourself. Please like, comment, and share the video. Bless up.